What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Splitgate team literally just came out over on Twitter and posted a little something that honestly I didn't even expect them to do. It's funny because the community has been speculating about, the topic of maybe they should just take it back to beta and revamp the whole overall game and, kind of do a re-release. And here we are, and it seems that the Splitgate team is planning on doing exactly that. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive on deep, if you guys are interested in more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 morning Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's just go ahead and dive right on deep into the actual post itself. This is by the official Splitgate, page over on Twitter saying, "To the Splitgate community, we believe in Splitgate 2. This game means everything to us. It's been our life for almost 10 years, starting in our dorm room, and we're more committed than ever to delivering the incredible experience you deserve. We have heard your feedback, and we agree with you. We launched too early. We had ambitious goals with Splitgate 2, and in our excitement to share it with you, we bit off more than we could chew. We rushed certain features, made some boneheaded mistakes, and most importantly, we didn't give you the polished portal-filled mayhem you fell in love with. So we're going back to beta. We'll be heads down until early next year, rebuilding major parts of the game to capture the spirit of what made Splitgate special. That means reworking progression from the ground up, adding more portals to our maps, simplifying monetization, refocusing on classic game modes you've been asking for, and more, which we'll share soon. Now more than ever, we need your help. We are returning not just to our roots in what we build, but in how we built it with you. That means more playtests, more surveys, more listening, and truly being community first. Our goal is to combine the DNA of the first game with the best improvements from the second. Rebuilding the core experience isn't a quick fix, it's a long-term commitment. To give ourselves the time to build the Splitgate you deserve, we made the incredibly difficult decision to reduce certain roles and shift our resources to focus on this rework. This is heartbreaking. These are our teammates and our friends, and they helped build what we have today. They're receiving severance and job placement support, and we are committed to doing everything we can to help them through this transition. We hope to bring them back when we can. In an effort to retain as many team members as possible, we are also going to be shutting down OG Splitgate servers in a month. While we'd love to keep servers online indefinitely, it's cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars over the past couple of years, and we have to prioritize our team. Like us, we know this game means a lot to so many of you, so we're exploring the possibility of supporting offline or peer-to-peer matches. And when we return, we plan to have a dedicated experience in Splitgate 2 that delivers on the promise of the original. In the meantime, Splitgate 2 will remain playable, and we'll still be shipping Chapter 3, as well as fixes and high-priority changes. We hope you will continue to play and support the game. As always, please keep the feedback coming. We've faced a lot of dark days and have made many mistakes, but we've learned a lot and are as determined as ever to make Splitgate as great as possible. Splitgate has been our life for 10 years, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We've got work to do, but we aren't giving up. We love this game and we love this community too much to ever quit, so we won't. See you in the arena, Ian and Nicholas. Now, funny enough, I was just about to go ahead and put a video together about this because I've been seeing tons of new layoffs, a lot of awesome people, sadly having to leave the team, especially to go ahead and make sure, they are secure for their own family's sake. And I was going to put together a video saying, we really need the CEOs to come out. We've had devs, share their opinions about the progression of this game and saying it's not going anywhere, which is great. It's nice to have some people come out and say this game isn't leaving and they're going to keep pushing at it. But we needed the CEOs to come out and really, lay it down because a lot of people are getting skeptical about what is going to happen with the game. And because of that reason alone, they're bouncing. And lo and behold, I'm glad I waited a little bit because here we are and we got a full post from the CEOs themselves about what to go ahead and expect. Now, I got to be honest with you guys. Although it seems like a lot of the devs are still pretty confident behind the scenes. And I've seen a lot of new interviews where people seem very positive about the outlook of a lot of the stuff that's happening still, regardless of all the crap that is going on. But I gotta be real, I don't really see much confirmation that we will see anything past Chapter 3. For anybody who doesn't know, we get 3 chapters per season. And they're saying that we're still going to get our Chapter 3 content that's going to launch and is already pre-made. But from the way things are sounding, it seems content is coming to a complete, utter halt. And they're planning on spending up to, a course of a year going ahead and revamping everything about Splitgate 2 to make it to what the community wants out of the Splitgate franchise. So does that mean that, everything is coming to a halt as well? No new maps, no new weapons, no new game modes, no new rotations. Basically, it'll just be exactly what we have. obviously further improved when it comes to bugs and other massive issues to hopefully polish off the game. But that will basically be it. And also, the shutdown of Splitgate 1 is going to be a rough one on the community. Personally, I really do enjoy Splitgate 2. I do, and I think it's a great game, but there's tons of people out there who would much rather play Splitgate 1. And it's sad to hear that Splitgate 1 has to get shut down. But it's understandable, and I, get the reason. They need to keep devs on board. They have to. If they don't, how else are they going to be able to go ahead and rehash the game to put out something that, again, further fits the community's vision on what Splitgate 2 should have been? They won't have anybody to help them on the course of that mission. So, sadly, Splitgate 1 has to go ahead and take the cut. And that's going to bring a lot of, negativity from the Splitgate community. But I'm still hopeful. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm still hopeful. And I believe they can turn Splitgate 2 into something that everybody is wishing for, even though Splitgate 1 is getting shut down. If they can turn Splitgate 2 into exactly what Splitgate 1, part 2 should have been, then there probably won't be any complaints, right? Now, they're banking on not messing up, I guess, and putting out another version of this project that is going to be something that the community didn't ask for. And if that's the case, the Splitgate 1 lovers are going to be out of there probably. But still, I believe in this team. I do. I really love the developers who are working on this game. They're very passionate about this project, and they want to be community focused. And there's not many games who would go out of their way to do exactly this. Again, this is what the community wanted out of this development team. A lot of people said, just relaunch it. We're in such a rough spot right now that the best idea is to just go back to the drawing board. Not the drawing board, but go back into beta, resolve a lot of the problems, do what the community is asking for, and then go ahead and push it back out there and dip back into the marketing budget. Because remember, guys, they only spent $400K realistically on a lot of the marketing here with streamers and such. That's not a lot out of their budget they had, for the overall game itself. I'm sure they have more, and they could probably go ahead and push it one last time. But I agree with the community. I don't think they should push it again with how Splitgate 2 currently is. They should indeed go back to beta. They should indeed tap back into that community, reform this game, and then go ahead and try to push it back out to the public and see what you can do. You have to understand, it's always going to be niche, but you have to tap into what Splitgate is all about. You don't really need a stupidly massive audience for this game in order for it to be sustainable for, even a smaller group of developers to stay on board and just keep pumping out content and keep, pushing with the game itself. They just have to make sure that they can, again, tap into what Splitgate is all about. And if they can go ahead and do so, we might be able to see something here. But I'll say it, and I think a lot of other people are going to probably say it as well. This is probably more than likely their last shot at this, especially if they're going to be going ahead and shutting down Splitgate 1. If they cannot nail this game for the third time around, I don't know what else to say. And I'm going to be really sad too, because I love Splitgate 2. I really do. And I love the developers who are working on this game. I love their passion for the game. And I love that this isn't something that's rushed like other projects. People keep saying, oh, JB, it's a dead game, it's going to die. But I've said it time and time and time again, this isn't the same scenario as X-Defiant. People always pair the two. But this team doesn't have a publisher behind it. They have investors, but we don't even know what's going on behind the scenes with the investors. We don't even know what their deals are, how they're supposed to be handling things. We have no clue what's happening. But with Ubisoft, we knew. Ubisoft is struggling, right? They need games that are popping. They're literally a dying company. And they don't have the flexibility to be able to maintain a game that has to have a course of years to build upon itself to make it a better title. The developers wanted to, and that's why I love the dev team behind X-Defiant, because again, they're just like 1047, very passionate about what they're putting together. But sadly, they had Ubisoft, who needs games, right? Needs games that are going to fund their pockets heavily. 1047 has a little bit more freedom here. Again, what other team can go ahead and postpone for a whole, basically another year to revamp and beta and try for another relaunch? They said it time and time and time again that they are indeed there for the long haul. And I believe them. And that's why I really do have a lot of faith in this project, that they can put something out that can at least be fantastic for the core fans that they have. And they can, again, grow that foundation and build it up. But I do agree with a lot of individuals that they can't mess up that core foundation. They can't. If they do, not many people will probably ever return. And that is not going to be a good sign, and will probably more than likely bring upon the true death of Splitgate 2. But let's hope for the best here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be following every last step of this game. I can't wait to cover any updates that they're going to push out in the future. I will obviously give every last bit of feedback that I can possibly give, and I'm going to follow it for its whole journey. No matter where it ends up, I love the gameplay. I love what they put together. I love the use of portals and the skill gap that it provides in an FPS game. And I'm going to follow that. I will. It's just what I personally enjoy. It's going to piss people off. I know people cannot fathom when someone enjoys something that they don't, but it is what it is. And hopefully we can see good things coming soon. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post your daily at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, if you guys are interested, I'll link that channel down in the description of this video. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.